On the heels of children being molested at a play school in Bengaluru comes another shocker. A school in city's also locality has done the unthinkable. Children who do not listen to teachers are allegedly made to stand in front of the class with their pants down, humiliating the tots in the worst possible way. But the torture does not end there. The children are then threatened with being sent to a dark room and are told that dogs will bite their private parts. The incident came to light when the mother of a girl student decided that enough was enough and wrote a blog to highlight the barbarity. The mother says that her pleas to register an FIR were not taken seriously by the local police, where she had made an approach on Wednesday. They were, along with, in fact, the school authorities, summoned on Thursday by the Child Rights Commission, but there has been no progress on that front as well. The mother was finally able to register an FIR only when the India Today news channel stepped in.
And then you moved this.
The thing is that I did not go to the school principal or the class teacher to say all these things or complain, because I know their response. Management has told me all these allegations are completely false and baseless, and after that I'm still waiting for the report from Child Rights Commission, and there is no support from other NGOs or other parents as well.
The teacher, she's a female teacher, she made the student skirts pull down and embarrass in front of other students. So there are two charges. There are other charges regarding the management of the school which are not concerned with the police department. That can be taken up with the education department. So basically there are two charges. So we registered the case under section 323, 342 of IPC along with section 11 and 12 of POCSO Act. So we've taken up the complaint and our inspector has taken up the investigation.
To keep a child safe does not require a minister or a chief minister to be a nuclear scientist. It is being done in states everywhere in this country. It is being done in places around the world. It requires a certain determination. It requires a will to say, we want the children of our state to be safe. We want the schools to be safe places for our children. So it is a lack of a political determination, political will that is missing.
Let's now go straight to our correspondent Nolan Pinto, who's joining us on the phone line from Bengaluru. Nolan, it's an extremely interesting case. I would like to know what has been the response of the school, first of course to the parent, and now that the India Today channel has taken it up, now that we've taken it up, what has the school told you?
Well, there's no chance of actually speaking to the school. One was yesterday was off, and we are told that they do not want to speak to anyone since the case is now with the Child Rights Commission. Now, what really happened, Jugal, is that the mother was extremely worried. She was scared because all the authorities she met, all the people she spoke to, all of them said, do not file an FIR. Sort of come to a compensation, a compromise with them. You know, don't go and take this legal. Talk to them and brush it under the carpet. But when she met us yesterday, I told her that if you do not file an FIR, if you do not take this case up, then no one can help you. The police can only help you if you file an FIR. That is the first step. And then she was convinced, and she decided that in the evening that enough is enough, that she must take this step. She filed an FIR. Now the case is as such that she did meet last Thursday, Jugal, the Child Rights Commission. The Child Rights Commission has also secured a report from NIMHANS where she took her daughter, and that report has also been submitted to them. But now the question is, this is happening in the school for a long time. She tells us, and she's very clearly written in her blog post on Facebook as well, that this is a process, a step taken by the school. They don't beat kids anymore because corporal punishment is banned. So what do? They have other methods, and this is one of their methods. Taunting the students, these nursery school students. They're not in your 5th or 6th. They're nursery kids. Taunting them by pulling their pants down, making the other students in the class shout, shame, shame, puppy, shame. And then on, like you mentioned, threatening them, saying that there's a dark room, there's a dog over there. If you don't listen, it's going to bite you in your private part. So these are the things that they do. So they can clearly say, see, we don't beat kids.
It's obviously an extremely disturbing aspect that is now coming to light. Nolan, I want to understand from you, do we now see other parents, because there are obviously more than one child who's there in that school and more than one child who may have faced the situation. What's the response of the other parents in that school? Do you see them coming out and joining this particular move that has been initiated now by this single parent?
Jugal, I doubt the other parents will come out. I'll tell you exactly the reason. The reason being, this is a very old English school in that particular area, and one of the, you can say, a school that takes the donation is actually much low when compared to other schools. Furthermore, this mother also tells us that it's a non-refundable donation that they have taken. Now, if parents have to come out, one, they have to get their kids out of the school. So they've already paid a donation, a non-refundable donation. They're not going to get that money back. So most of the parents do not want to do that hassle of trying to find another school, the hassles of trying to get to find another home in another area of Bengaluru, and the traffic is bad. So, it's sometimes a little shocking because you're ready to not go and complain because of these problems, regardless of the situation in the school and the problems that your child will undergo psychologically in future. So
right.
That is most important, but parents are not looking at that.
Nolan, stay on with us. We are also joined by lawyer and activist Abha Singh on the phone line. I want to understand from you, this is a case, a shocking one at that, which has come to the fore. The school still, in a sense, continues as business as usual. Now, what's missing in the law enforcement structure that something as shocking as this takes place and yet there are no questions asked whatsoever?
Exactly. I would blame the education department and the social welfare department of the state, of especially Bengaluru, why they've not taken action against the school. And if this is the way they are treating their children, then this action should be taken against the faculty, the principal, under Section 23 of the Juvenile Justice Act, because it clearly says any action, any cruelty towards the child which may cause mental or physical suffering, it will be punishable with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 6 months or fine, or with both. So when the law is very clear, I think it's high time the local police registers an FIR, because this is a cognizable offence and a strong action needs to be taken so that these children are protected.
Apart from the police stepping in, what are the other mechanisms which are available to this aggrieved parent? Because as we are seeing that she's actually decided to step out, and while she isn't, at least at this point, being joined by the others, but she's still taken a move a step further. Apart from the police, are there any other avenues that can be approached and which can help?
Definitely the education department, it can help this parent getting the child admission in a neighboring school, because as per right to education, there are guidelines that a child must be adjusted within 3 kilometers of its residence. So that is another thing. If the mother wants to take the child out and put her in another school, that of course education department should step in. Also these guidelines which are there for the schools, whether they are being followed or not, that should be visited, and a surprise check should be done by the inspectors of the welfare department to ensure that such incidents do not happen.
All right, Abha Singh, thank you so much for your time, and Nolan Pinto, our correspondent, thank you for bringing us all the information and of course all the updates. We will be tracking that story very closely.